Listen, I know you thinking, let me go ahead and apply for this credit card. Let me go ahead and try this one out. The benefits on this card looks good. Listen, there's certain credit cards that you just need to stay away from. No matter how good it may look, no matter how much you think it can help you out, there are credit cards out there. They are just designed to help set you back. In this video, I want to go ahead and share with you guys some of these credit cards you should absolutely stay away from, and also credit cards that you should definitely look to add to your credit as well too. You definitely want to stay into the end of this video because I'm going to be dropping some major gems for you. So without any further ado, let's tap into it.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is your main man. This is the Respect the Blueprint, where we give you the blueprint on everything personal finance, entrepreneurship, as well as just to level up into success. Okay. Now, of course, if you guys been catching the channel in some of the previous videos, we talk about everything mainly in credit cards, credit, helping you build credit, helping you get funding. So in this video, I felt like I wanted to go ahead and talk about a topic that I feel that was largely overlooked, right? And it comes to mainly, we always talk about credit cards that you should apply for, credit cards that can help boost your credit. But in this video, I wanted to talk about credit cards you definitely don't need to be touching at all, right? And there are several credit cards out there, guys, that is simply a no. They are no good, all right? Crazy thing about it, they may look like a good deal at first, but actually they can do more harm than good when it comes to having these credit cards appear on your credit or just having them in your wallet, all right? So before you sign up for any credit cards here, definitely make sure you watch this entire video. Right now, before we get into this, okay, first thing I want to talk about when it comes to credit cards, having a plan before you even apply for a credit card. All right, you just don't want to frivolously or mindlessly apply for credit cards and not know the benefits or maybe the consequences that card may give. All right, so you want to make sure that the credit card is something that fits your lifestyle and ultimately is something that you're going to be able to take advantage of and not hurt you in any way, shape, or form. All right, because the last thing you want to do is you never want to close a credit card. No matter what, once you get approved for a credit card, you want to maintain and hold that card for as long as possible. Now, what's the reason why you don't want to close a credit card? Obviously, because it's going to hurt your credit, right? And one of the 5 factors of your credit is 15% with its length of credit history. So every time you open up a new credit card, it ends up diluting the length of your credit history. You want to maintain as long as a credit history as possible, as that's going to help strengthen up your credit score. If you want to get to that 700 or 800 credit score that a lot of people want to achieve to, credit history as well as a few other factors is one of the main components you will need to be able to go ahead and achieve that goal. So closing a credit card is definitely a no. So therefore, in this video, I want to touch on certain credit cards you want to avoid. So therefore, you're never put in a position of having to close the credit card because you opened up the wrong card in the first place, right? Makes sense. The first credit card that you definitely want to avoid, of course, this is natural, is any credit card that has a crazy high interest rate. Okay. Now, the thing about credit cards, every credit card pretty much comes with an interest rate. Think about it. That's how they make their money. But some credit cards are just ridiculously high when it comes to their interest rate. And I'm talking anywhere from 25 to 30% of interest. Typically, the average credit card will have an interest rate anywhere from 20 to 23%. That is the sweet spot right there. Anything above 23% is a no, no matter what. Okay. And obviously, the worst thing about these high interest cards, if you don't make the payment in full every month, you're going to end up paying hundreds, even thousands of dollars in interest on this particular credit card. Okay. So you want to avoid cards that have these super high ass interest rates, unless for a fact, for a shadow of a doubt, that you're going to be able to pay off the balance of that credit card every single month. Okay. And now the thing about these credit cards, they're going to advertise themselves. They're going to have slick marketing tactics, right? Like credit builder cards or startup cards and everything. Now, of course, if you are new into the credit world, if you're just now getting your first credit card, sometimes this may be the default option for you, is getting one of these credit building credit cards, which ultimately is going to have a higher rate. But if you can seek an alternative such as a credit builder loan versus jumping into a subprime credit card, this is a great way to have you avoid paying these crazy ass interest rates that some of these subprime credit cards are just going to charge. All right. Key thing here is make sure you do your research before you apply for a credit card. Ask them what the interest rate is. All of them do advertise the interest rate in their disclosure prior to you accepting the credit card. So make sure that you read the disclosure. And also, some of them do have introductory rates that are super low, but after that introductory period, they're going to increase the interest rate to their standard rate there. So you also want to be mindful that you're not falling into that trap as well too, as far as the introductory rate.
If your credit ain't high and it's actually down, the time to take action is now. Yeah. If your credit ain't high and it's actually down, the time to take action is now. Go get control of your credit, go and repair.
Listen, I've been getting a lot
down. Oh yes, we'll show you the leverage, just so you can get a new rider. Go get you a house, just so you don't feel disparaged, you don't feel embarrassed. It's right, so go get it done now. Don't survive through the week, go improve, get it up. Want a life full of freedom to do what you want. He's a guy that you need, he's a dude that you want. Not 5 minus 3, that's 2, number 1. Guy you will see if you hit him up. He'll help with devotion, this I am sure of. Updates, promotions, discounted courses. Work with him anywhere, buddies in Florida. Credit will get repaired. Yes.
Now, the second card that I want to talk about that you definitely should stay away from are store credit cards. Okay. Now, we've all have been through this, right? You go to the mall, you end up going to a store, and typically the sales clerk, when you're ready to check out, they're going to offer you, say, hey, you want to go ahead and apply for a store credit card and you'll save 20% off of your purchase today. Okay. At the time, it sounds like a good deal, but guess what? There's a catch. All right. Here's a catch. Typically, these store credit cards always have super high interest rates. And you know the crazy part? They usually come with extremely low credit limits as well, too. So it's a loose situation, a credit card with a super high interest rate and a very low credit limit. And the reason being is because 9 times out of 10, these store credit cards, as they label store credit cards, is only restricted to purchases made within that particular store, right? So for instance, getting a Macy's credit card or a BrandsMart credit card, sometimes these particular credit cards are just limited to purchases and transactions that you can make within these chain of stores here. These credit cards, you definitely want to avoid them. Not only many of these cards limit you to the store, but even any reward points or anything like that you're looking to get, these reward points are also restricted to items within the store. Think about it. Yeah, you may have went ahead and went shopping in the store that day and everything like that, but are you going to consistently use the card? Are you going to shop at this particular store or this brand of store all of the time? And again, it has to make sense. All right. If you're a frequent shopper at this particular store, friends and family members that's going to be able to shop at this store all the time, okay, then it makes sense, because guess what? Not only are you going to utilize the card, then you're going to get coupons, you're going to get offers, you're going to get reward points that they're going to send out to you. So then it makes sense to be able to go ahead and apply for this particular card and obtain the card, right? But if you're one of them, if you're a person that's just sporadically went to the store, or you just don't see yourself shopping in this store all the time, definitely stay away from these store branded credit cards, as again, they come with very high interest rates around in the 25 to 30% range, like we mentioned earlier. And they also have very moderate to low limits as well, too. All right. Basically, a good hack on how you can know if this card is restricted to particular location, see if it has a Visa or MasterCard logo on it. If it does not have the Visa or MasterCard logo on it, typically that is an indication that card cannot be used anywhere outside of that particular store brand there. So make sure you keep in mind where, you see if that store card has the logo, or just ask the sales rep or the customer service department prior to you applying for the credit card can this card be used in any location? All right. The last card I want to go ahead and share with you, definitely want to stay away from, is secured credit cards. Okay. Now, some of you may be asking like, what's a secured credit card, right? All right. Now, secured credit cards are generally for people with low credit scores or just now starting off into credit that have no credit. And these credit cards are offered by credit card companies where, in order to be approved for the card or receive the credit card, you will have to put up a security deposit that equals the credit limit of the credit card. For example, by putting up a $500 security deposit, your credit limit will be $500. All right. Now, the problem with these cards, though, they have high interest fees. Okay. Just like the first and second card, just like the store branded cards and the high interest cards. These secured cards usually have high ass interest fees. All right. And not only they have high interest fees, but more importantly, they always come with a ton of fees, that these small tic-tac fees that they're just always charging you, right? Whether it's an overdraft fee, annual fee, a monthly fee, a setup fee, an inconvenience fee. Yeah, I'm charging an inconvenience fee for inconvenience me with all these damn fees. Oh my God, bro. Damn, for real. But not making fun of the situation here. But the crazy part about it, these fees actually, they eat up on your security deposit. Sometimes when you'll start off with a security deposit of $500 to $1,000, you'll notice when your first statement comes, about $100 or so will be eaten away simply because there's a setup fee or some of these small tic-tac fees that a lot of these secured card companies like to tack on. All right. And again, you want to make sure you choose one that not only has a low interest rate or reasonable interest rate. I wouldn't say low because it's a secured card, which is in the credit building category. You want to choose one that does not have an exorbitant amount of fees, too many fees that's just going to eat up in your security deposit and end up taking money out of your pocket. Think about it. You're putting up your hard-earned cash as a security deposit to end up using, but 9 times out of 10, a quarter of that money is going to paying the bank just for you to have the credit card, which to me doesn't make any sense at all. So you definitely want to make sure you do your due diligence before you apply for a secure credit card and you don't end up getting one that's going to go ahead and just kill you with a bunch of fees and everything like that. Okay. Now, one last tip I want to share about credit cards you want to avoid. And there's certain subprime credit cards out there that you definitely want to be mindful of too. A lot of these subprime credit cards are going to mail you offers in the mail if you have low or to no credit. And a lot of us know these particular cards: First Premier Bank, Merrick Bank. These are 2 examples of credit cards of not only they fall into all of the categories that I've just mentioned in this video, where they have super high interest rates. Also, they have an excessive amount of fees as well too. But the worst part about these cards, typically they start you off with a very low credit limit, usually no more than $1,000 as far as your credit limit. And if that credit utilization is 30% of your credit score and you need to keep it at 30% or lower, that means using any more than $300 on a $1,000 credit card is going to hurt your credit score. And nowadays, would you want a credit card where you're only limited to about $300 per month, unless you're able to go ahead and pay off the entire balance every month on this credit card? Okay. So that's another type of typical card you want to look out for. These subprime cards, which they could also, again, hit you with a lot of these fees as well as a low credit limit, which doesn't end up benefiting you. And also, it really doesn't look good on your credit profile when you're looking to apply for tier 1 bank cards, such as your Chase, your Bank of America, American Express, Discover. These cards tend to not look good on your credit profile if you have a bunch of them, okay? All right. So that's it, guys. Pretty much these are the main credit cards that you need to be aware of. Remember, not all credit cards are created equal. Before you apply for any credit card, make sure you're aware of the terms, the interest rate, as well as the fees as well, too. Okay. Any credit card you get should be a tool to help you build credit, not to set you back and take money out of your pocket. All right, guys, listen. Hope you was able to go ahead and find this video helpful. If you did so, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know. Also, do me a huge favor, hit the like button as well as the subscribe button as well. It helps our videos reach a wider audience. And also hit the bell notification so you can keep up to date whenever we do drop videos like this every single week. All right. Listen, remember to go ahead and share your story in the comments down below. Also, thanks for watching. And remember, take control of your credit. Don't let it control you. All right, guys. Take care. See you on the flip side.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, let's Paul with blueprint. This guests are exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it quick, 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Westy did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.